Hello YouTubers out there, this is the Boob Wasteland Show. So, Mr. Booby, what do we have in store today from the world of television? Hello YouTubers out there, this is the Boob Wasteland Show with your host, Jerry Saravia. So of course today we're going to take a look at the Goldbergs, in particular the newest episode of the Goldbergs that aired on February 25th on ABC, which it is an ABC family sitcom comedy, and based on actual events from the creator himself, Adam F. Goldberg, who actually did manage to shoot a lot of video of his family throughout the years, and in fact every episode ends with a couple of clips of video footage from the 1980s. It is set during the 1980s, so it's pretty much an homage to that whole decade. No year is very specific, but the narrator, played by or voiced by Patton Oswalt, makes it very clear that it's 1980 something, so they never really established the exact year. But there are references galore to movies, game shows, all types of stuff from the 1980s. Now, you have the two parents, Jeff Garlin, who many of you would know from Curb Your Enthusiasm, as Mary Goldberg, Wendy McClendon Covey as Beverly Goldberg, who is the mother, very overprotective to say the least. And then you have the three siblings. So you have Sean Giambrone as Adam Goldberg, of course based on the creator himself, who was always filming everything with a VHS camcorder back when that was a thing. And Troy Gentile, or Gentile, as Barry Goldberg, who's the middle child of the Goldbergs, who doesn't seem to be good at very much of anything, but he does try. Then Haley Arancia as Erica Goldberg. Sorry, I don't know these last names pronunciations too well. She's the oldest child of the Goldbergs, and she is just an intelligent but somewhat rebellious type of girl. She likes to do her own thing. George Segal as Albert Pops Solomon, who's the Beverly's father, so is the grandfather for the children. And anyway, so this newest episode was an homage to Ferris Bueller's Day Off, the brilliant comedy from John Hughes from 1986. And it pays homage pretty much in all kinds of references from that movie. Everything from Ferris Bueller in the shower, who in the original film was played by Matthew Broderick, singing in the shower and doing all that type of stuff. Beverly's mother says Beverly, the mother, says the last lines, why are you still here? Go home, which is what Ferris Bueller said at the end of the first movie. So they reference a lot of things from the movie, including the whole parade thing, except this is a parade that's actually at the school. It's a homecoming, and Barry Goldberg comes out and starts singing Twist and Shout, just like Ferris Bueller did, except Ferris Bueller did in the streets of the city of Chicago, on an actual parade float. Now, Charlie Sheen does a reprise of the character he played from Ferris Bueller's Day Off as a guy who's waiting to be jailed or be arrested because of drugs, and he says the exact same lines, in this case to the character Erica Goldberg. But the show itself this particular episode was a little bit lame. It's been 2 seasons now of the Goldbergs, and for the most part I've enjoyed almost every episode. This one just didn't quite hit the marks, I thought. It fell a little bit short, only because it didn't quite reinvent the iconic scenes from Ferris Bueller's Day Off. It didn't try to find its own spin. It kind of does line for line from the movie, but there are differences. Of course, the mother discovers very quickly that her son is not sick, because she finds the doll that is supposedly snoring in the bedroom, and all those little shenanigans are there, but some of them seemed a little bit forced, like when she steps in the mud trying to look into the window, which is kind of what Jeffrey Jones's character, who was the dean of students, I believe, from Ferris Bueller's Day Off does when he visits Ferris Bueller's home to see if Ferris Bueller's really sick or not. That sort of thing. And then, but other things that did very well, I thought. So it's not a complete loss. I mean, the family's still likable as always, and that's why I like the show. It's a likable family. Everything is resolved in half an hour. Everybody learns to love each other. It's that type of thing. I doubt Adam F. Goldberg had, let's say, I doubt that his real-life experiences in his family unit were resolved in the same way as a sitcom. So he's trying to push it there. But it's a comedy. It's in its own thing. But as far as the homage to Ferris Bueller, some of it just felt a little bit forced. It didn't try to find its own spin on those things. And it could have used a little bit more imagination. But on the whole, I mean, this is a good show, and definitely worth seeing. Goldbergs is one of the best family shows that there is, with a really terrific cast. I mean, all these actors are great, including it's great to see George Segal just doing anything anymore. And he's got he has a lot of good scenes in this show. He's wears loud jackets and feels like he's back in the 70s or something, And Jeff Garlin is always fun, just watching him laying down on his couch, trying to watch television with his pants off. And of course, Wendy Covey as Beverly is very funny, and that character is never too forced, just human enough to forgive her own trespasses, if you will. The way that she tries to be that all-domineering type of mother figure. So it's a great cast. It's a fun show. This particular episode was not the best, but nonetheless, that's okay. One misstep out of so many episodes. I mean, I enjoyed this show a lot. Theme music is by composer Fight Dragons, so that they always always starts off the show with a real blast of 1980s type stuff. And those who are nostalgic for that decade, in terms of the family sitcoms of that decade, should check this show out. That's all I gotta say. So anyway, this is the Boob Wasteland Show with your host Jerry Saravia, signing off.